Hi there, my name is Matthew Brick. I'm a Valor Christian high school student, brother of four. I'm a wrestler, and I'm out to find interesting stories to talk to about, make connections, and hopefully point people to God. Let's get this, the Brick House Podcast.
This is Maxon. This is your house. Presenting the Brick House Podcast. The Brick House. Here comes the boom.
Hey there, guys. My name is Matthew Brick. Welcome back to the Brick House Podcast. Today is a Tuesday, a great day outside. Let's get into this. I'm here with Tobias Maxon. He's a songwriter and a producer. He's a senior at Valor Christian High School, and his love and passion is music. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. I appreciate you being on here, and I just kind of want to, the point of this, I just want to get to know you and have maybe you share your story first off. Like, tell us a little bit about your passion of music and what does it mean to you?
Okay. My passion for music, it's kind of been something that's been prevalent in all my life. Been playing guitar since I was 8. And music has just really been something that can be an outlet for me for when I'm feeling kind of down through a day. I can pick up a guitar and find joy in playing that. So it's really just been a good outlet for me in that way, and it's just something that I want to. Throughout high school, I've discovered that I really want to do music throughout my life. So yeah.
So that's great. You're a senior. Do you know? Well, with music, is there a college or is there a what's the next step out of high school with your music?
Yeah. I'm enrolled at Lipscomb University, which is in Nashville. And I'm taking a commercial music production major. That's what I'm majoring in. So I'll learn about producing music and songs and all that. So I'm really excited for that.
That's great. What type of music do you play, and what type of audience are you trying to reach?
Mm-hmm. I kind of jump around with all my genres that I play music with. I kind of go between doing indie songwriting stuff. But then currently I've been on a big blues rock kick. So that's been really fun. I love writing rock songs. It's really fun.
Yeah, I love rock. I honestly love almost all genres. There's a few of each maybe I'm not big on, but I do like music.
Yeah.
I can't sing it. I wish I could. I want to learn an instrument. I really do.
Yeah.
Do you know any other instruments but guitar, or you know?
So guitar is my main one. I've been kind of on and off with piano. I actually started piano lessons when I was 4, but I've kind of been fading in and out with lessons on that. I'm currently taking lessons with Mr. Johnson here. So I play piano, I sing, I can sort of play drums, play bass. So, yeah.
That's a lot. I can't really do that yet. I can't, I gotta say I can, I can't speak into that bad. I don't know. Once you know one instrument, does it kind of blend into all the other instruments?
Sort of. I mean, piano I think is kind of a very visual instrument. It's how I visualize music theory stuff. I visualize it on a keyboard. So I kind of use the visuals of a piano when I'm learning different instruments. But the guitar and the bass guitar, those kind of are very similar. They're a very similar layout. So those kind of blend into each other, but yeah.
So you said that you kind of you have gravitated to the guitar because you said that earlier you were you played the guitar even if you had a bad day or something like that. What does playing guitar mean to you, and why do you love it so much?
So the guitar, I picked it up when I was recovering from a surgery in 2nd grade. I was out of school for 2 months in a wheelchair, so I had nothing else to do. And so I picked up playing the guitar, and so through the painful process of a surgery, the guitar gave me a lot of joy and outlet to write songs with. And so just kind of throughout growing up, just the guitar has definitely been a way that I can connect with some joy, and it's just kind of been a good passion that way.
Are you of faith? Like, do you believe in God and a
Yeah,
little bit?
I've very recently come to the faith, kind of this past senior year. So
Yeah, and do you see yourself doing anything with that, with music, or do you find yourself maybe using, like, there's faith that coexists with your music and songwriting?
hmm yeah, I think I definitely don't know for sure what I'm going to do with music. Like I may end up being a Christian producer producing for Christian artists. But I'm not sure if that's really what I'm gonna do yet. So I'm just kind of trusting God that He'll provide a path for me, that He'll really guide me throughout that journey. So yeah, it's just trusting in God where
Trusting
He'll take
God.
me. Yep.
Yeah, I recently got baptized, and I'm figuring it out. I think everyone's figuring it out, and
For sure.
no one has a clear answer. We never stop learning.
Uh-huh.
We're always on a journey,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah. Like, I don't think we get to there is sometimes of a destination, maybe a goal that you set for yourselves, but I think with faith, it's like something that you can't, like, there isn't necessarily an end destination. I guess the end destination I would think is like up in heaven with God or something, but until then, you're just on this earth walking and using your talents and God has given you, and you're just gonna make the most of with it and
Yeah.
do what you love. And that's also why I wanted to just talk with you and hear a little bit about that.
Yeah.
What would you say, like, what are other interests besides music? Like, if you were to tell someone, maybe they wouldn't, like, oh, really? Like, what are some interesting things about you that maybe many people don't know?
I really like to bake.
Nice.
I have a baking blog.
Oh, really? Okay.
So that's just kind of been something fun that I picked up over quarantine that I like to. Cookies are my specialty.
What type of cookies?
Just good solid chocolate chip cookie.
Nice.
That's where it's at.
That is where it's
yeah,
at.
yeah. So that's a fun fact, I suppose.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
What was COVID like for you, if you don't mind sharing?
I know a lot of people struggled during COVID and the quarantine, but I actually really enjoyed it because both of my sisters had been away at college for a few years, but because of COVID, they had to come home, and so it gave me just a time with my family and a time with my sisters that was really special, and I actually really cherished, rather. So yeah, COVID was actually kind of good for our family in that aspect.
That's great. That's great because, like, I think COVID was a hard time regardless. Like, anyone could say that. But I never, like, that's an interesting take that I haven't heard because, sometimes sometimes all you hear is about the bad and, not necessarily the good, but I think that good stuff can come out of maybe something that everyone thinks that is bad.
Yeah.
Tell me, so songwriting, like, what are the difficulties and challenges that come with songwriting? Because, like, I can't imagine, like, tell us a little bit about the process of, like, if you were like, okay, Matthew, I'm gonna write up a song today. What are the steps, or does it take more than a day, or what's the steps for you?
Yeah. The most difficult process for writing a song for me is just the initial idea of coming up with something. Just what are you gonna write a song about? Like, if you have a chord progression, let's say, and you want to add lyrics to the chord progression, well, you have the whole world is your oyster for what you want to write about lyric topically. So I think that's kind of, for me, the most difficult process is just figuring out what I want to write about. And that's why the songwriting class here is really helpful, because Mr. McGee, he gives prompts, and having a prompt actually can really trigger some interesting ideas. But yeah, starting off with lyrics, that's the hardest part. As a guitarist, I always want to have an interesting guitar lick or riff or line or main melody. So writing something like that can just take just some perseverance to figure something out. But once I kind of have a starting ground, a song, sometimes you'll kick it around for a few days or something like that, writing lyrics. I spent 6 months writing one song recently, and I'm still not happy with it. But most songs that I feel I connect with are songs that I write in a short span of time that just really flow from the heart. Um, so yeah, and then making a track around it that can take a day, it can take a few weeks, and so yeah.
Is there an artist that you want to emulate, or like there's an artist that you've heard or sing and their like message? Is there like anyone that you want to emulate, or like maybe a role model?
My biggest inspiration right now is John Mayer. He's an incredible guitarist, and his songs are really interesting with the chords that he uses and the melodies that he writes. Topically, I don't agree with his lyrics, but yeah, he's my biggest inspiration.
I haven't heard about him. Like, what type of genre is he?
He's kind of, I don't know. He does a lot of blues. He's a fantastic blues guitarist, so he writes really cool blues stuff. But he uses that blues guitar playing and aspects of the blues and incorporates that into like a pop genre. So
Okay.
I think it's really unique stuff. Yeah.
That is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of like maybe some of the music that's out right now? Is like, do you like it, or do you find yourself like listening to music that maybe not everyone else is listening to? Or?
I definitely don't turn on the mainstream
Yeah.
radio, the pop stuff. I don't know. I don't really like rap.
Yeah, I
or
hear that.
any of that stuff. But yeah, John Mayer, he's a current artist, so I listen to his stuff. I listen to kind of more indie artists like Hippocampus. They're a band that I really
Okay.
enjoy.
Check that out.
There's one other band I'm blanking on the name of, but yeah.
No, that's super cool. And did you ever do like audio production or any of these like classes?
Yeah, I'm in the studio recording
Oh,
class
studio.
right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's that like? What do you do in that class?
That class is about creating the production that kind of backs up a vocalist. So, like when you listen to a song on the radio, everything that backs up, like Katy Perry.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of teaching about just the various aspects of that, from how do you create the instrumentation behind tracks, and how do you edit audio files and all that, and mixing a track, how do you make everything sound even and good and not painful, physically painful to listen to. So it covers a whole wide variety of things.
Yeah, that's I never knew that. Here I got another one. I know I'm just giving you a list of questions. But I'm surprised with myself too. I didn't know
Quite all right.
Yeah. So I've never. Have you been in a band before? Like, I mean, you perform with people, obviously.
So I used to live in California. I transferred here sophomore year.
Okay.
Back in California, I had a trio band with my friends. I was guitarist and lead singer. My friend Aiden, he was the bassist, and my friend Nick, he was the drummer. So we kind of did things together. And then I moved out here sophomore and kind of beginning of junior year. I wasn't in any bands. But this year, with my friends, we're really trying to kick something off. We're doing weekly rehearsals, and we're really wanting to do some sort of concert or gig at the end of the semester. So we're all looking forward to that.
Can you explain like what is like the relationship between maybe like music? What do you call them? Like what do you guys? Is there terminology for like if you guys work together on a performing or whatever, like bandmates or something like that? What is that relationship, and what does it mean to you? Maybe.
Yeah. So my teacher, Mr. Johnson here, he's kind of coached us on what it's like to be in a band, especially with worship band class. And a lot of being in a band is, you can all be good musicians and you could all have something really cool to contribute to a song. But if you all do something really cool at once, then it's a big mess of instruments trying to do their own thing. And so part of playing together is kind of being humble and stepping back and letting other people shine at certain points. So like in the song that you saw us play at the arts community, during James, if he's taking a piano solo, Kieran on bass and me on guitar, we would kind of step back in what we're doing, and I would just do kind of long chords and not really do something too rhythmically because James is doing a lot of rhythmic stuff. And then vice versa, when I'm taking a solo, James would do more long chords and he wouldn't be doing any big lead stuff on the piano. So it's kind of being willing to take a step back for yourself to let other people shine, but then just kind of trying to contribute something where it really matters most rather than always trying to contribute something.
Yeah, is that like something that you find or have found that like maybe as a musician, it's like sometimes you're so used to being out there, like is it hard sometimes to want to share the spotlight at all, or do you not have that?
Yeah, it can definitely be hard when you're playing with people, if you're jamming together, just having fun, it can be hard to say, oh, I have this really cool idea that I want to try out, but he's doing something really cool, so it's hard to just calm yourself down and step back and not play something crazy.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I'd love to be out there and jam out,
Yeah.
but so my dad, he doesn't do it so much anymore, but he taught himself how to play the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
He just bought one day, and he started watching videos, and he's gotten pretty good.
Yeah. Nice.
Which is really cool. Like, I think, I don't know, like it's cool that like it's one of those things that if you're dedicated to, you can get all right. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you say it's like, I mean, like anything, it's probably better to start young, maybe?
I from what I've heard from adults, it's easier to start young when you're more mobile in your fingers and all that. But I think if you're dedicated, you can learn at any age.
Yeah, one of my favorite artists, I went and saw him in concert in May up in Texas. So there's this, I don't even know necessarily, well, on Spotify, so his name's Zach Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He does do Christian music, but like the genre, I guess, is like Christian folk, not country, but like it's kind of, I don't know, in that realm. But so he was kind of just sharing his story and his testimony a little bit, but like he didn't start until 19 years old. Like it's just to me that kind of seemed like, oh, that's kind of late to begin.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Because maybe all these other people had started before him, but it was just kind of like his testimony was really cool. It was a cool story. Like, I guess apparently when he was little, like people were like, oh, your son he got lungs because he would cry a lot. And he'd be like, oh, your son is going to be singing. He's going to be singing. He just didn't know yet, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is really cool. Like, I think, like any one of us, like, we have this plan in our mind, but I think God can take us 10 years from now and just be like, oh, this is great. Like, something that I could never picture or imagine for myself. And that's what I hope, I hope that for me. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
What was that like when moving from California? Like, you grew up in California?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you love about California? I just wonder.
California is just the landscape itself is so beautiful. Where we lived, we were nestled in the mountains, and we were like a half-hour drive north of San Francisco.
Okay.
So that's where we were situated, and so, we could walk out our back door and be on a hiking trail, and, a 30-minute drive, we could be out on the coast, getting fresh oysters at a restaurant.
Oh,
and,
nice.
45 minutes north of us, we could be in Napa Wine Valley.
Okay.
So my parents love that because, they, yeah.
Wait, wine? Like drinking wine?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, just where we were situated was really cool.
Yeah, that was so. I've been to California like twice, but so like, what was like around you? Like, so kind of out on the outskirts of San Francisco. You like that? You like that?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. We were in a small little town and just a quaint little place.
Good little community.
Yeah.
And what was it like when you did have to move? Like, were you upset and how's the transition been now?
Yeah,
looking back.
I was just kind of surprised that we were moving. My parents had always talked about moving, like all of growing up, but so I never, when they discussed moving here to Colorado, I didn't think they would.
Yeah.
But, I just kind of went with it, and I kind of looked forward to the opportunity of making some really good, solid friends, and At first the transition was hard, settling in a new high school, sophomore year, didn't know anyone, so that was definitely hard for that first year. But I've definitely found my people, and it's been a big blessing to have Christian friends who, I can go to youth group with, and that I can just have some good fun with, and they're just good guys. So it's definitely been a good transition out here.
That's great. Like, people can actually pour into you, and people like you for who you are.
Yeah.
That's great. Like, I'm still kind of figuring out what I want and who I want to be around, but I can relate. A few years back, like about 3, I moved. So when I was 8, I moved to Texas, and then when I was 12, I moved back to Colorado. So I kind of made like a transition there, transition back.
Yeah.
But what was crazy was like maybe last May, when I was up and saw that concert, actually, I was eating at a restaurant, and then like someone's like, "Are you Matthew Brick?" And I'm like, I didn't recognize him, but he recognized me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like you leave your mark anywhere you go, and because I always thought like once you move, people forget about you, but I guess not. And like with leaving Valor, like, wait, are you going out of state? Yeah. What state?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that transition, or?
I don't know.
Don't know.
A bit apprehensive about it. We'll see what happens, I suppose.
Have you gone out in the area to see it yet? And
yeah, Nashville's a really cool city. I'm excited for that, and there's a lot of kids from Valor going to Nashville, who were in the music program, so I'll know people out there. One of my good friends, he graduated last year, but he's planning on going down to Nashville around the same time that I am, so I'm really happy about that. So that'll help with the transition, is knowing people.
Yeah, I think that's great. With people and stuff, what does community mean to you? I know that's a really like broad and not really a specific question, but I just would love to hear.
Yeah. I think to me it's like just people that you can rely on and trust in. So oftentimes that like a good Christian community, just solid people who believe and follow God. I think that's a huge aspect of it. Just people who are loving and who uplift you and support you. You can have stupid fun with them, but at the end of the day that you're all good guys and you love each other and want to be with each other and want to see each other succeed. So yeah,
that's great. Do you have any shows coming up or performances?
Only one that I can really think of is the Conservatory Showcase sometime in April. So
okay, guys, you're gonna have to check it out. I haven't been to. Did you do the Valor Music Awards? Yeah, how did that go?
It was good. I was pretty sick that day, so my voice had failed out. So that was kind of unfortunate. So I didn't really enjoy it to the fullest, but it was still really good.
That's great.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a segment that I tell everyone, if you had an inspiring speech, this is your moment to say what's on your heart type deal. Like, if you could say anything to anyone and like leave a message, because you are going out of Valor this next year, and if there's anything on your heart, what would you want to say? It could be impactful.
I just think the main thing is, that God has a plan for you in your life. And it may not be the easiest to decipher what it is, but, God opens doors, he closes doors, and really trying to pay attention to how he's guiding you in your life is really important, and just trusting that he does have a plan for you, and that if you follow his plan, that you'll just find his goodness and his joy and his love. So,
well, thank you very much. Anything else to say?
No.
Hey, okay, guys, check out Tobias. Come out and see him perform. I bet someday you're gonna see his name up on whatever and be like, oh, I heard him first at the Brick House podcast. But yeah, if you guys are in the area, come check him out. And yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, the next episode is going to be a banger. Check it out next week. See ya. Bye.